Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you from beautiful Florida. And today our question comes to us from Alma. And Alma has a follow-up question to our last vlog about incarnation. And Alma's question is this: do I believe that all souls will reincarnate? And the first thing that I would say about this is that there are inherently two different questions here depending upon how you look at it. The first is, do all souls incarnate? And the second is the question as asked, do all souls reincarnate? And these are two very different subjects. And I'm going to start with the question as it was asked, do I believe that all souls reincarnate? And my answer to that is that I do believe that all souls reincarnate as long as they need to, and that this need is determined by the lessons which the soul requires to learn, and by the attachments which the soul has formed. And I believe the soul will be drawn back into incarnation as many times as necessary to learn those lessons and to deal with those attachments. And I regard this as being largely a choice, but also a compulsion. And I don't think that it's really about outside forces causing the incarnation, although I think that there are outside forces that assist. But I think it's very much an internal thing of the soul. As long as there are attachments, and as long as there is a need for the lessons, it will come back. It will simply have to. And I think that the soul will often rest for quite a while in between, although as we discussed in our last vlog, that is not necessarily in terms of our perception of time. But I believe that it will have to come back as long as it still has attachments. And lessons are in their own way an attachment. So as long as those attachments are there, the answer is yes, the soul will reincarnate. But in the fullness of time, the answer will become no, because there will come a point where the soul no longer needs the cycle of reincarnation. Having learned its lessons and dealt with its attachments, it can go on to the next big thing. What is the next big thing? Well, I was always taught to think of it in terms of reunion with deity, which is not a loss of the self so much as an expansion of the self. And that the soul basically realizes that it has been deity all along, merely subdivided for the purpose of experiencing incarnation. However, what happens after that, I don't think anyone can really say. So, do I think that all souls reincarnate? The answer is yes, until they don't. Now, as to that other aspect of this question, do all souls incarnate in the first place? I was basically taught yes to that as well. I was taught that this world, this physical existence, is necessary to the development of the soul, that the soul is created specifically for the cycle of incarnation, and that this is a world of transformation and growth that is not necessarily possible without entering it, and that souls come here to grow, to experience, to learn those lessons, and that while the spiritual world is a wonderful place, its purposes are different, and that this world is necessary for those particular goals. So I would say that I am of the opinion that yes, all souls do incarnate, or they will not have those lessons. Are there possibly souls that don't? Well, I don't see any reason it couldn't be possible, but I am not really of that opinion. So, this is what I'd have to say to that. I hope you find it helpful, and until next time, may you blessed be. Hello, this is Reverend Don Lewis coming to you for Pagans Tonight Radio. Pagans Tonight Radio is an online radio network with different hosts and different shows 7 nights a week. There's something for every taste, including Spanish language programming on Saturday evening. Check out paganstonight.com today.